So, Seven, you know what I like?
What do you like?
I like guarana. I like taurine. I like B12, and I love caffeine.
Oh, me too, man. I love me some caffeine. It probably should be stated that since we normally do this kind of late, being the 1 a.m. show and all, this particular evening, we've actually had quite a bit of caffeine. So let's stay on that topic and energy drinks.
See, I started really getting into energy drinks when I started working in a grocery store. Because at that grocery store, they had moved the soft drink aisle to the ass end of the store, and the energy drinks stayed in the little coolers that they had next to the registers. So those were the easiest things to get to, and because of that, I started buying an energy drink with every single lunch break that I had, which got me hooked.
Yeah, I since we both worked in the grocery store, I know exactly what you're talking about. The problem is that they're cheap, they're plentiful, especially at grocery stores where they're freaking always on sale. At least one brand is, and you're never without that caffeine buzz. You're never without that caffeine high. Anybody who says energy drinks aren't addictive is full of shit.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I've actually had withdrawals on caffeine. When I was working at said grocery store for that time when they actually moved that drink aisle there, I had actually gotten to the point where if I didn't have an energy drink during that day, I would start feeling awful. I would start having headaches. I couldn't do anything without feeling lethargic until I had that next fix. And it was just to the point where I actually even recognized that I was having withdrawals from energy drinks.
It's weird that you can have withdrawals from something as simple and somewhat seemingly harmless as caffeine. And I think the problem is that you get so desensitized to it, you don't realize the actual quantity or amounts that are actually flowing through your bloodstream. It gets almost completely out of control, and it can get out of control pretty freaking fast.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that energy drinks are what does it to me. It's not coffee, it's not anything else, but energy drinks.
And I know because you love coffee.
Oh yeah, coffee is my go-to comfort drink. I mean, when I was working at my job at a call center there, I was going and getting coffee at 7-Eleven, which was actually stunting that whole fix with the energy drinks, even though I would still buy one every time I couldn't get coffee. But with getting coffee instead of energy drinks, I can actually keep myself away from an actual caffeine addiction, which is...
Or it's at least manageable and functioning. I mean, and I remember working for the call centers that I did. The late nights that I worked, I was relying on that caffeine buzz to basically keep me awake so people could bitch at me over the phone. I realized I had a problem when I was drawing, against the rules, mind, but drawing nonetheless on my late shift. And something I was drawing and working on really hard was coming out like crap. And I realized the problem was that I had so much caffeine through my system at the time that I could not hold still. I could manage to type, but I couldn't draw. I tried to convince myself that I didn't have a problem by proving that I could draw a straight line without shaking. That didn't go so well.
Yeah, you see, the worst experience I've actually had with caffeine was the first time I tried a NOS energy drink. Now, since then, I do believe that they have changed the formula because I've tried some NOSes since and I haven't had the same experience. But the first NOS energy drink that I actually drank actually made me feel like the first time I tried one of those tobacco pouches. Now, what ended up happening is I got really sweaty, I couldn't hold myself still, and I just felt bad all around, like I was going to die. And there was nothing that I could do about it because I had drank that entire NOS with the cool plastic top and everything. But from there, I had actually not tried NOS until for 2 years since then, and then since then I haven't had that same experience with it, but either way, that was horrible, and it kept me away from NOS for a long time right up until I decided that it was time for me to challenge it again.
What actually finally did me in was not energy drinks, was not coffee, but caffeine pills. Now, while I was working at this call center for whatever freaking reason, I can't remember why exactly, I needed to stay up for like 2 days, and I think I had like a massive homework assignment that was due for college, and I decided that caffeine pills were the solution. Not only were caffeine pills a solution, but I decided to wash those caffeine pills down with a nice good old energy drink. And now, this was a really bad idea. when it hit me was when I was driving home, and now I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I started convulsing, and my eyes didn't focus. It was possibly the scariest experience I've ever had, and I thought I was going to die immediately upon getting home. I continued to convulse in my bed, at which point my horrified girlfriend suggested strongly that I go to the hospital because by her calculations, and I had told her approximately how many pills I had had almost a near lethal dose of caffeine. Good times. Fun times. I really enjoyed convulsing. That was fun.
Yeah, really, to tell you the truth, caffeine probably is not the worst thing for you, but it's still not a good thing. As such, we should probably wane ourselves down, but I gotta tell you, energy drinks are freaking delicious.
I think what it comes down to is that we're going to find out that all this shit's going to cause us cancer. And I guess the question is, was it worth it?
Definitely, it was extreme.
To the extreme.